Top stories tonight. DG World Trade Organization, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala says Nigeria's economy is more diversified than what the outside world thinks. Navy Army to strengthen operations in Southwest. Plus, correspondent X-rays life of ex-corps member who turns entrepreneur. Good evening and thank you for joining us on NTA Abeokuta Channel 2 News. My name is Anila Balogun. Now the news in full. Contrary to insinuations in some quarters, the Nigerian economy is more diversified than the outside world thinks. Director General of the World Trade Organization, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala disclosed this while addressing participants at the Midterm Ministerial Performance Review retreat in Abuja. State House correspondent Damu Sambo has the details. Okay. The chairman of the People's Democratic Party National Convention Organizing Committee and governor of Adamawa State, Amadu Finteri, says it's too early to discuss consensus, even though the party's constitution provides for such a scenario. Correspondent Timothy Yusuf reports that he was speaking after meeting with various subcommittee heads in Abuja.
This is the first meeting of the PDP Convention Organizing Committee with leaders of the 15 subcommittees ahead of the October 30th and 31st elective convention. The meeting is holding following the ratification of the National Executive Committee's report zoning the PDP chairmanship slot to the north. The chairman of the Convention Organizing Committee says the convention date remains sacrosanct.
INEC is aware, we have written them, and they are duly informed.
The arrangement for a national convention started in August as part of the resolutions to the crisis that led to the removal of the former national chairman of the PDP, Prince Uche Secondus, and the emergence of Elder Yemi Akinwumi as acting national chairman of the party. While that decision has temporarily assuaged the leadership crisis, many party members still believe strongly that the forthcoming convention is a make or mar for PDP's political fortunes. On internal processes, the PDP says it's ready to conduct a free and fair primary election ahead of the Ekiti 2022 governorship election. This was while receiving former governor of the state, Segun Oni, at the party's national secretariat in Abuja.
We guarantee free, fair, and transparent primaries.
We have been here before. It is a familiar path.
In another political development, the People's Redemption Party at a media briefing in Abuja says the party remains strong and is without factions.
This is a certificate of incorporation of PRP given by INEC, just like it was given to me by Madam Balada Musa.
The party calls on relevant authorities to intensify efforts aimed at solving the nation's security challenges as well as boosting the economy. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
Now, crime. The police operatives of the Anambra State Police Command on Tuesday, October 12, 2021, repelled an attack at Otaxa Central School beside St. Martin's Church, Ihiala. The exhibits recovered include one AK-47 rifle, 2 magazines with 30 rounds of ammunition, one Lexus 350 Jeep, one RV4 Jeep, one Mercedes-Benz, and a Toyota Corolla. The Anambra State Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Ikenga Tochukwu, in a statement says preliminary investigations revealed that the hoodlums started shooting sporadically while arriving at Otata Central School, but they were repelled by police operatives and military on ground. No casualty was recorded by the police. Meanwhile, normalcy has since returned and operations are ongoing in the area for possible arrest of gang members. The flag officer commanding Rear Admiral Jasong Basa says the operations to rid the southwest region of insecurity will be expanded to cover kidnapping, cultism, and other criminal in the security of the zone. He stated this during his working visit to Ogun State Governor in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Jemi Dalemo has more.
Rear Admiral Jackson, while informing his host about the expansion of the scope of the joint military operation known as Operation Awase, says the task force, which was originally set up to curb pipeline vandalism from Cove in Lagos to Mosimi Depot in Ogun State has been reviewed to cover other areas of insecurity in the southwest region.
We say we benefit by way of, we have more deployments now, more presence. The Nigerian Navy, particularly in those riverine areas, it is our commitment to show presence in those places and to curb the criminal activity. Criminals who come in and commit havoc and then use that flank to escape justice, the Navy will deploy towards that direction to make sure we cover.
It is so that the men of the Operation Awase have been deployed to Magba, Eredo, and Fowowe riverine communities in Ogun Westside local government area and oil-rich Tongeji Island to repair criminal incursions in the areas. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun commended the Nigerian security forces for their unwavering efforts in protecting lives and properties, says his administration will continue to support efforts at addressing insecurity.
Ogun State today is probably the most peaceful state in this country. And that is not been by accident. It's been by a lot of hard, deliberate work by our team in collaboration with our law enforcement agency heads. The kind of interagency cooperation and collaboration that exists with our agency heads here is probably second to none.
The later donated 2 vehicles to the Navy to strengthen its operations in the state. In Abeokuta, Yemi Dalimo, NTA News.
In the world of business, Oluwaseyi Abolaji is a graduate of Bachelor of Arts in English Language and Philosophy from the Stanford University, California, and returned to Nigeria in 2012 to participate in the mandatory NYSC program in Ogun State. During the service, he tapped into knowledge offered by the NYSC Skill Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development Program, and thereafter established a beverage production company. Yemi Dalimo tells us more about the young entrepreneur's success story.
One of the priorities young Oluwaseyi had in mind to achieve during his service year in Ogun State in 2012 was to acquire some entrepreneurial skills for self-sufficiency, and so he was diligent and committed to taking advantage of the NYSC Skill Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development Program, which offer core members the opportunity of acquiring practical knowledge and capacity in productive ventures. And after completion of the program, he decided to set up his own business in beverage production.
I went into each training session with a mission. I needed to learn something new. I needed to learn something that could help me potentially when I'm done with camp and the business that we had going on at that time. At that time, we were just producing fresh and selling, so we were more traders than manufacturers at that point. By the time we finished camp, I got back to the company or the small business at that point in time. We started now experimenting with different preservatives, different blends.
Moving on, Seyi later co-founded a fruit juice company with his elder brother Shehu and built a strong, dynamic and ambitious team for the company, employing over 15 young Nigerians who are 70% females as workers.
I've been able to be exposed to more than my feed. So I've gained a lot personally, and by the day if I have my own company in the nearest future, I'll be able to manage it.
If you are working with real things and you work to a certain, maybe 6 to 1 year, there are provisions for support of school fees. So real things has really impacted me, my career, my family at large.
Here too, we used to have a quarterly meeting to talk about ourselves, how you can be of help to the society, and how you can set your own personal goal.
The young entrepreneur, who was also a former American football player, talks more about the composition of his beverage industry, which he says is non-chemical.
Since lemonade, made with real fruits, real lemons and limes, some cane sugar, a dash of cane sugar, and purified water. It has real lemons and limes.
Seyi says he's grateful to NYSC for this lifetime opportunity and wants young unemployed Nigerians to take advantage of numerous job creation schemes by the federal government in becoming self-reliant.
For anybody going into camp, going there hungry, demand value from that camp, not comfort, but something, 1 or 2 things, relationships, skills that can help you in the future.
The plight of travelers from or to Southwest through Kaba and Owo-Ekiti Federal Highway has continued to linger. 3 months after the road became a nightmare, the expectation of the people is still hanging in the air. Jonathan Omojali takes a look at the current state of the road at Yamoye Axis in Ijumu local government area of Kogi State.
If you are traveling to or from southwest and don't want your vehicle to be at the mercy of a towing truck, then Kaba Omu Ekiti Federal Highway is not the best of route at the moment, as this bad portion of the road at Yamuye in Ijumu local government area continues to be a nightmare for commuters. Frustration and anger mount as drivers and passengers wait for hours, and only the efforts of officers of the Federal Road Safety Corps and good-spirited individuals seem to ameliorate the plight of the road users.
We dey suffer, totally suffer. Out of this hold up, they clean up driver. Out of this hold up, they kidnap driver. Kind of go inside bush because of the road way no good. I beg you.
This road is too bad. We are here since on Saturday to this time. We are from Abeokuta to Abajana. The road is too bad. We beg Nigerians.
This thing does cease, the diesel cease. So we are trying to fix it out. And if you watch the road, at least some people are even spend night over here.
Is a problem compounded by rain? Though youths in the area are helping with filling up the bad surface with wood and stones to ease movement, the temporary measure is at the expense of drivers.
So we dey collect sometimes. We dey collect some small money from drivers. So we use them to buy stone. Like yesterday now, we buy 3 tons of stone, about 40,000. Multiplied by 3 is about 120,000. Yesterday. Before yesterday, we buy 2 storm again, 80,000. So to just please to our government to repair this road.
Few months ago, the Ikoyi axis of the road was in a similar state, but is now better with government intervention. The people hope this will be the case in Yamoye. In the meantime, the Federal Road Safety Corps has advised motorists, travelers, and the general public to use the following alternative routes: Ikare Ayere Kaba Lokoja Road, or Kaba Ayere Ikare Akoko Road 2, or from southwest. From Kaba, I am Jonathan Omajali, NTA.
Now, business news. President Muhammadu Buhari approves panel for 2.66 trillion naira recovery of debt from oil firms as stock market investors loses 80 billion naira. Over now to Yemi Dalimo for details on business news.
President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the recovery of debt owed the Federation by government agencies and oil and gas companies in the country's extractive sector. According to a data released by the Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, the indebtedness of 77 oil and gas companies in Nigeria was 2.66 trillion naira. To this end, President Buhari, in a statement issued by NTA, has directed the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning to constitute the recovery panel, which will have as members NTA, EFCC, ICPC, Federal Inland Revenue Service, and other relevant government agencies to look into the liabilities of operators in the extractive sector. Investors in the Nigeria Exchange Limited recorded a loss of 80.44 billion naira on Monday as equities reversed a 9-day consecutive upswing. The NGX oil share index dropped by 0.38% from 40,368.36 basic points on Friday to 40,714 basic points on Monday, while the market capitalization of stocks declined to 21.22 trillion naira from 21.30 trillion naira. That's it on business news. Yemi Dalimo, NTA News.
On the entertainment scene, father of Wizkid's baby mama calls the music star his son-in-law. For these and other stories trending on entertainment, let's join Talatu Emmanuel Mekano.
Welcome to Entertainment News. Let's begin with the non-stop tour of US-tagged Cape Jam, as announced by Nigerian superstar Olamide. The 9-stop tour will commence in Minneapolis on November 5th, 2021, and end in the DVM, Districts of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia on November 28, 2021. Moving on, father of Nigerian music star Wizkid's baby mama, Jada, is now addressing him as son-in-law in an Instagram post which could spark speculations that Wizkid has married his baby mama. And lastly, veteran Nollywood actress Joke Silva was recently made a proud mother-in-law by her son's wife, Blessing, who bagged her master's degree, and the movie star took to social media to celebrate with glowing words. And that's all on entertainment news.
Before we go, we tell you that sexual assault is a contact that occurs without consent. Let everyone say effort.